Cooking doesn't have to be complicated. Let's talk about why making more meals at home is a game changer for your health. It can save more time, more money, and also overall improve your nutrition. Let's talk about it. Grab your smoothie or cup of tea and join the conversation. Let's go. Hey there, welcome to How to Be Fit Over 40 Midlife Conversations with Hicunni. So, when we talk about cooking, a lot of times we feel like we don't have time, right? We feel maybe it saves more time by going through the drive-through or picking up something that's already been prepared and just heating it up. But of course, when you get down to it, time is just an illusion anyway. So when we say, oh, we don't have time for this or that, really, it's just there's always something going on. And really, we choose our schedules. We decide whether or not to take that job. We decide how many activities that our kids are going to be involved in or how many we say yes to. And then when we are pressed for time, as they say, being pressed for time, then you want to get stressed out and say, oh my gosh, I don't have time to prepare a nice meal. When we created all these things to make us think that we don't have enough time. So when you cook more meals at home, it goes beyond just the nutritional aspect, based on recommended daily allowances and just with all the science behind it. But you're learning how to be more mindful and make a closer connection to your food and learning how to be more creative. So of course, I'm in my midlife now. That's why this is Midlife Conversations with Hicunni. I've seen, though, over the years where cooking more became a game changer because you have more control over what's being served. You have more control of what your family is eating. And not to say that you can't go out and get something prepared. There are so many services now that actually prepare, quotes, healthy meals. There's also people that you could, maybe a meal swap or something like that. So there's all different types of options. But as I've grown and learned, a lot of times it can save more money and it can be less stressful sometimes when you actually can find those things that are quick and easy and prepare them. And then a lot of times you're feeling more energized as well because you're giving your body what it needs. You're finding out exactly, you're not taking that shortcut, but you're finding out what your body needs. Not to say you won't ever eat out or you should never eat out. Just figuring out what that balance, if there is a balance. So, last week you had homework. So, did you complete your homework? Okay, text me 864-406-9109 and let's chat about it. And before we get more into this topic, let's share a note from our sponsor. This podcast episode is sponsored by our hosting platform, Buzzsprout. Become a supporter of this show. We've made it super easy and you can cancel at any time. The link is in the show notes, and I would love to give you a shout out on my show to share my appreciation. So thank you for your support. All right, so back to the topic. So, how can you start cooking more even with a busy schedule? Most important thing is to figure out what your family likes to eat. There's all different types of things. You may have a family that are picky eaters, or you can make a list of things that they like to eat and maybe find something or find some simple ingredients that may have like five ingredient meals and then make something quick. I know some people like to get into different types of soups. You could spend a night, soaking. There's some beans involved. Make sure you soak the beans overnight and then cook a bunch of beans or whatever it may be, and then store those ingredients in the freezer. I know you've probably heard of those freezer bags where there's maybe some beans or something, and there's some type of meat, like some protein, and then it may be a vegetable, or maybe something with noodles or something like that. Well, you put all the things into the actual bag and store it. Or you can take burgers. You stuff the burgers with some type of green like spinach or kale. And then that, helps your family eat more vegetables by having those stuffed burgers. You can store a bunch in the freezer. And then when you feel like you don't have enough time, take those out quickly, get those into the air fryer or whatever you want, however you want to cook those. And just making sure that you have something on standby, those freezer preps that you've prepped beforehand, or something to that effect. But one thing you want to make sure overall that it's easy. So you want your list to figure out what people like to eat. You want to make sure it's easy, healthy, that anyone can make. So you have a younger child, they can help you with the preparation. If you use a microwave, or if you allow them to use an air fryer, something they could place in the air fryer, and just making sure, number 3, that it's a simple meal prep. Simple meal prep, okay? You want to make it simple. Simple ingredients, maybe 5 ingredients or so, that everyone can enjoy something quick. If people in your household like rice, make a bunch of rice. You can store some rice in the freezer, whatever it may be. Store bags of spinach that you could actually put in a pan quickly and saute, making it quick and easy where it won't take a lot of manpower and a lot of brain power to create a special meal, a good meal for your family. Again, cooking more can help you with more family time, bringing that family closer together, your overall health and well-being, and then your mindset, just changing the way you do things and knowing that just because it's convenient doesn't mean that it's always the best option. So this week, I want you to plan and I want you to cook some meals at home, even if they're simple. So start with 3 meals at home, even if they're simple. It can be some spinach stuffed burgers, or some type of soup that you can prepare and get some great bags that you can store them in, put them in the freezer. That way you can take it out the freezer, pop it in the Instapot or something like that, or crock pot. Something very simple. You can always, if your family likes bread and you've made some type of soup to make it even heartier, if you eat rice, have some rice on the side. Or if you want some bread, you can get some butter or olive oil, the bread, and sprinkle some little parsley or some other type of Italian type seasonings on the bread, just to have something extra. Keep it simple and let me know how it turns out. Thank you so much for listening. If you found this helpful, subscribe, rate, and share this episode. Next time, we're going to dive into hydration. Just stand mindful of how water nourishes your body. So you don't want to miss it. Until next time, nutrition is more than what you eat and the weight that you carry. Bye for now.